All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are right at the hour. I'm going to go ahead and give about 2 more minutes to get everyone settled in, and then we will kick this off. Okay, we are 2 minutes in past the hour, so we're going to go ahead and kick this off. So, first off, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I know this is the busiest time of the year for some of you guys, and we're especially around the holidays. So, again, thank you for joining us. So today, we're going to be able to look at automating your employee scheduling. Humanity's been hard at work enhancing that schedule wizard tool that about 80% of you guys use and building out a robust autofill schedule tool to replace that. So before we go ahead and begin, I just want to give a quick introduction of myself. My name is Amanda Rosenbalm. I'm a solutions engineer here at Humanity. I actually work with our product team, our sales team, as well as most of you guys, our customers, which are the most important, on continuous improvements and developing new tools that will continue to help you decrease the time spent scheduling, as well as keeping you compliant as those labor laws are passed, both federal, state, and citywide. Also, while keeping the product robust and agile to fit the way that you do scheduling. Okay, so before we go ahead and begin, I'm going to go ahead and just give a couple admin tips since I know we had actually quite a bit of excitement and a lot of you guys sign up for this. So first off, the presentation is being recorded. So we will be sending that out after it gets done processing. And please feel free to share that with any of your colleagues that were unable to attend. We'll also be sending along the slide deck as well for references, as well as a spreadsheet of quick resources to be able to help you once you start using that autofill tool to be able to have that assistance as well. I have muted everyone on the line, so you've probably already noticed that by now. I'm doing that to ensure, the quality of the presentation as well as the sound. However, we do want this to be interactive, so please enter in any questions that you may have about, the presentation itself or anything about autofill scheduling. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the last 15 to 20 minutes of the call and we're going to go through those questions and I'm going to answer them. Now, keep in mind there are quite a bit of you on the line. So if we do not get to all the questions, we will actually answer all those questions and we will send those out to everyone in attendance. Okay, and the final last tip I want to give before we really dive into the product is really if you have any issues, let's say any troubleshooting issues in the webinar while you're using it, please log out and then log back in. We found that that really resolves a lot of the technical issues. We do have our support team, humanity support team on the line as well. So if you're having any trouble with the hearing or seeing anything, please enter your questions into the question box, which should be located in the top left-hand corner of this webinar, and they'll be there to support you. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so what are we going to be learning today? So what is autofill schedule? I know you guys are hearing that buzzword a lot. You've seen it in some of the emails and blogs we've posted. We're really going to dive into what is autofill schedule and how it's going to help you streamline your scheduling. Then we're going to dive into how it works. So I'm actually going to open up the Humanity application and I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to use autofill schedule. Now, I mentioned earlier about 80% of you guys are already using Humanity Schedule Wizard. What we're going to do is I'm really going to explain how we've really enhanced that product and be able to show you what all you're going to get by switching over to autofill schedule. And then at the very end, I'm going to save about 15 to 20 minutes and we're going to go through your questions and I'm going to answer those. Again, I will be sending out answers to all questions submitted, so feel free to enter in any questions. Okay, so what is autofill? Autofill, as you know, very similar to Schedule Wizard, it's going to go in and eliminate that manual shift assignment. So you're no longer going to have to fill each shift individually. It's going to go ahead and go a step above that Schedule Wizard and it's going to apply those business rules and as well as any compliance regulations that are impacted by your organization. It also distributes your shifts evenly. So, again, being able to spread out that workload evenly among your staff members. And most importantly, now with the autofill, we're going to go ahead and see how it's going to prevent those scheduling conflicts. And most of you know that as you use Humanity, Humanity is smart enough to create those soft conflicts to let you know you have violated one of your company's business rules or you've went against some type of compliance such as overtime or minimum time between shifts as an example. Okay, so I'm going to actually go ahead and dive into the product. I'm going to go ahead and share our Humanity account and walk you through how easy it is to use autofill. Okay, so what I've done is I've went ahead and I've logged in as a scheduler at a university. So we all know that with each line of your business, there are a lot of different unique use cases. So I went ahead and go ahead and share how easy it is to use autofill. So autofill is going to lie in your shift planning module. So you're going to simply click the shift planning module. You're going to come to the shift planning module. And again, you're going to see that the autofill schedule now lives in the upper left-hand corner. This has actually been enabled for all of your accounts. So some of you may have already seen this. So it should be live. You should be able to log in today and be able to see autofill schedule in the top left-hand corner. Okay, one of the couple navigation tips I'd like to go ahead and give you is autofill is available both on position view as well as employee view. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over to employee view to give you that fill. So now that I'm in this employee view, as most of you are familiar, we're seeing these empty shifts. So empty shifts are great, as in it lets you know from a scheduling perspective that you have when people need to work, you just need to staff those shifts. So let's go ahead and really dive into this tool. So with one single click of a button, I'm able to open up that autofill schedule. Now, you know, Humanity is really great at guiding you along the way as you're building a schedule. So, for any of you that are new, starting out, you're going to see a summary of exactly what's going to happen. You can see that I am trying to schedule from the 22nd through the 28th, a summary of those shifts that I am trying to schedule for. So, you can see that I have a total of 43 shifts altogether that are empty and need to be filled. Now, there are a couple of different options, and we're going to actually look at both options when we go through this demo. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with selecting autofill shifts. So as you can see, I'm going to select the icon. I'm going to tell the system I want to fill all those empty shifts. Just a reminder to those on the account, empty shifts are those shifts that do not have any employees assigned to them. I do have the capability to assign more than just one person per shift, but for simplicity, I'm going to go ahead and keep it at one during this call. I'm going to also tell it to assign all those open shifts. And again, just a quick reminder, open shifts means you may need 3 to 4 folks and you might only have one person on that shift. So it's going to go ahead and tell the system how I want to fill these shifts. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Now, when I click continue, you're going to see all those business rules and compliance rules of that's going to be used and validated when building out this schedule. You do have the capability to remove any of these business rules, but our best practice is to leave that on to make sure you're really building a compliant schedule. Now, keep in mind, I will be showing where all these business rules lie once we run the autofill tool so you know how to go in and configure that. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Prioritization rules. I actually am showing this as a teaser. We are actually doing another webinar to learn about AutoFill's prioritization rules, which really is going to help drive how the schedule is filled and how those shifts are prioritized. For instance, I'm just going to do a sneak peek right now, But let's say you want to schedule your full-time folks before you schedule those seasonal or per diem or contingent staff, or maybe you're looking to schedule your more senior staff that's been loyal to your company over those newbies you've hired. Here, we've built this into AutoFill to be able to give prioritization based off of what you need to schedule per department. So we'll actually be doing another webinar on this, but I did want to kind of give a sneak peek of it. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Now I'm going to be able to run this in either basic mode or advanced mode. We typically say basic mode. What that does is it runs through a possibility of probably up to 1,000 different schedules, and it picks the most optimized schedule, giving you those results in under a minute. Whereas the advanced mode is typically ran if you're looking for a more complex schedule or you're looking to do those prioritization roles. So I'm going to go ahead and run the autofill tool. So as you saw, it was a simple of 5 clicks to be able to fill a schedule for the bookstore of this university. As a summary, what's going on right now is Humanity is running through those different options of schedules, and what it's doing is comparing from schedule to schedule and giving you the most optimized schedule based off of the business rules you put in there, such as not scheduling anyone on leave, or maybe making sure you require those minimum hours between shifts. So now what we're looking at is the preview. So this is something over Schedule Wizard that has been added to autofill. We're able to really drive in and see what the schedule is looking like after running this tool before committing. So now I can see that I have 21 open slots that were before have been filled, as well as 32. I'm able to navigate between the different views, such as position view and employee view, if I need to be able to do a read only. And then you have the option to apply the schedule or discard the schedule. Discarding the schedule means you're going to run the autofill tool again and maybe make a couple different tweaks. Maybe you're not satisfied with the results you got. Applying the schedule, I'm going to go ahead and do that. What apply the schedule means is you're still in a draft mode. And what that draft mode is I know many of you know that you're still able to edit and view shifts before your employees and managers get a notification by publishing them. So let's say I am viewing the shifts right now, and you know what? I know on the position view, I'm going to be super busy on Friday, and I forgot to account for that one extra person I may need. I can simply go in, add an employee, save that employee, review any of the breaks, such as if there was any scheduled breaks or any of these other type of characteristics of the shift. I can save it. I'm totally satisfied with this schedule, and now I'm going to publish these shifts. So once I publish these, you all are all familiar, nothing has changed here. I'm going to go ahead and send a notification out to my employee and managers. Okay, now my shifts have been posted, and as you guys know, if they've downloaded the Humanity application on a smart tablet, they're going to receive a push notification or a text message or an email or a combination of the three that their schedule has been posted. That's the first use case I kind of want to walk you through. The next is I'm going to really switch over from the bookstore because maybe I'm a scheduler that does these 4 different departments. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to schedule for my commons. So now I'm looking at a schedule and I can see, I have a couple things going on. I can see that I have 44 total shifts right now. I can see that I've already got 2 conflicts. So maybe I'm looking at this schedule saying, you know what, I still have some open shifts, some open slots, as well as some conflicts. But instead of going in and manually assigning those and resolving those conflicts, I'm going to go ahead and use this new Humanity Autofill Schedule tool. So I'm going to simply click the Autofill Schedule. And this time I'm going to go in and say, you know what, please optimize this existing schedule that I've already started working on. What this optimization does is it not only will go through and assign those empty and open shifts, it's going to go ahead and work on those conflicts, trying to reduce the number of conflicts. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. This same screen we're going to go ahead and see. I'm going to be able to see the business rules and compliance that I'm asking the system to go ahead and take into consideration when running. I'm going to hit continue. Again, if I want to do prioritization rules, that little sneak peek of this tool, I can go ahead and enter those in as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Now I'm going to go ahead and ask the tool to go ahead and kick off and do its thing. Okay, so again, as you know, this is going through now and trying to optimize this schedule. It's going to go through and look at 1,000 different patterns, and it's going to go ahead and spit out a schedule for me. So as you can see now, I originally had 2 conflicts. AutoFill has already went in and eliminated those conflicts. They have already substituted and corrected those, as well as went ahead and filled 41 open shifts before. Now you do see that I have 3 open shifts now remaining. You're going to be able to go in and edit that. I can go ahead and discard the schedule and maybe change some of those business rules, or I can go ahead and apply that. I'm going to go ahead and apply that schedule. And you know what? I'm totally okay with having those 3 open shifts, because those 3 open shifts, I'm going to allow my employees to come in and pick those up. As you know, we have that functionality to be able to come in and bid on those shifts. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And again, I'm going to go ahead and send this out to my employees and managers. Okay, perfect. It has been published. That's about it that I'm going to show in the demo. I'm going to go ahead and close this out and go back into the PowerPoint presentation. So what did we learn by watching this demo? We've learned now that over Schedule Wizard, you're able to optimize any of your existing schedules, help decrease the number of conflicts, also assign shifts through different user defined prioritization. So we're going to be diving, like I said, we're going to be sending out another email and letting you know when we're going to dive into those prioritization rules, as well as distributing those shifts evenly. So nobody's getting burned out that they're working more shifts versus somebody else, as well as being able to preview the schedule before committing. And that's huge. Everyone knows you don't really, it's nice to be able to see your results as you run a tool. And again, it's just creating smarter schedules, saving you time. Again, you saw that I was able to produce a schedule with 5 clicks of a button, getting results in 20 seconds. And on average, when we rolled this out and tested beta customers, we're seeing an average of 4 hours saved per scheduling period. When I did the math on that, that's almost 200 hours per year that you're going to get back on scheduling employees using our autofill. Can you imagine what you could do with those 200 hours? It's great, isn't it? And again, finally, being able to enforce compliance. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the presentation. I want to keep it light so we can go ahead and focus on the questions. We have about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and start diving into our questions. Okay, the very first question I am seeing is, how can we get autofill turned on for our account? Great question. Autofill has already been enabled for all of your accounts, so you should see that both in the employee view, the position view, and the shift planning module. You're able to use the autofill schedule both in the 1 week, 2 week, and 4 week view. When will we no longer be able to use or see the schedule wizard? Great question. As of now, humanity is planning on sunsetting that, or basically eliminating that in our system, the schedule wizard, February the 5th of 2020, and autofill is actually going to take its place. You don't lose any of that functionality. You actually gain those 5 pieces that I told you: optimizing schedule, being able to add prioritization rules, and being able to create a schedule or fill that schedule with your business rules in mind. Who do we contact if we have questions or having trouble using autofill? So you can always reach out to support. So in your accounts, you'll be able to go into underneath your account and use support and reach out to them that way. Or you can always reach out to your customer service manager, who can aid you in that. And again, I'm going to provide my contact information, and I'm more than happy to work with you if you have any questions, or anything that you want to talk about with this new autofill schedule tool. Can we preview the results from autofill schedule and have the option to rerun the tool again before publishing. Yes, so as you saw when I did the demo, you do have the option to preview those results both in the employee view and the position view, as well as be able to rerun the schedule if you're not exactly liking those results by hitting discard schedule. Does autofill actually create the shifts needed? That's a really great question. I'm actually kind of excited someone asked this. We are actually currently working with beta customers right now on a new product called AutoBuild, which is going to complement autofill and should be rolling out in the near future, being able to create shifts based off of demand. Is there a limit on the time period of the schedule that autofill can schedule folks? No, autofill can actually schedule folks for future days only, and the future is limited to up to a 4 month or 4 week view. Okay, let me look at the next question. What schedule view can autofill schedule be used or seen? It can actually be used once you get into the shift planning module. You're able to see autofill schedule in the top left hand corner under the position view and the employee view, and you're able to use that tool both in the 1 week, bi-week, and monthly time period. Okay, let me continue on down the questions. When I've tried using autofill, it stacks empty shifts on 1 or 2 days a week. Is there a way to spread them out? We're hiring more staff and would like more optimal empty shift map. There might be several different reasons that are unique to your schedule, availability, number of employees that causes this type of shift distribution. I'd be happy. I've got your contact information. What we'll do is we'll reach out to you and kind of learn your use case and see if how we can get autofill working for you. When using autofill, can you discard the changes if you're not happy with the autofill? Yes, you can discard the results by selecting discard schedule and then rerun autofill by clicking autofill again. We go ahead and continue on down the list. Can we autofill for the months instead of weekly? Yes, you can. So you can actually use autofill in that 4 week view, fill it for the 4 week view, review it, post, and then go on to the next time period as well by selecting the calendar view or selecting the back and forward button under the today schedule. Does autofill take into account position and skills? Yes, it does. Can we move the shifts around in the preview before committing? No. So once you, and committing is a good word. So once you've ran the autofill and you're previewing, all you need to do is hit apply changes. And then that schedule is still in the draft mode. And you're able to move shifts up and down from left to right, as well as edit those details. As you're doing that, once you finalize that schedule, all you need to do is select publish and those schedules will be posted out, or basically everyone will get a notification. Now, keep in mind, you're able to, even after publishing a schedule, you're able to make edits to that schedule and republish, and the impacted employees will get a notification that their schedule has been updated. Does autofill account for requested leave? Yes, actually it does. So one of the business rules that it does, it will take in any type of leave that is there and it will not schedule someone on leave. Great question. Can I schedule several shifts and then autofill do the rest? Great question. Yes, you can. So you would just go ahead and schedule those certain shifts that you know employees work. Maybe you have a static schedule and employees are working the same time, same day every week. You can fill those and then use autofill to fill the rest of these shifts. That would be the option of optimizing the schedule. So when you go hit autofill, you will select optimize. Okay. Okay, so we're actually getting quite a bit of questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and review the rest of the questions, and I'm actually going to give everyone about 15 minutes back of their time, just to make sure that I'm able to go through these questions. I'm so excited that we're getting so much excitement for this tool. So let me continue on reviewing these questions, and I will have them out to you. Same with recording. Again, thanks everyone for joining our presentation on using AutoFill schedule to streamline your scheduling. Thank you.